Hello students, I am Dr. Amit Bhatnagar, working as Senior Research Officer in the Department of Agronomy at GB Pant, University of Agriculture and Technology, Pantnagar, Uttarakhand. Here, in this lecture, I will tell you about the yield contributing characters of maize and how grain yield of maize is estimated. So first of all, we should learn about the yield contributing characters or yield attributes. So the characters which contribute in yield formation or which contribute in yield production, grain production, are termed as yield contributing characters. As name indicate, contributing characters. So these characters have contribution in yield formation. It may be grain yield, maybe tuber yield, maybe stem yield, maybe leaf yield. So when we talk about cereals, definitely yield is grain. So the characteristics or the characters or plant characteristics definitely which help in development of grain and grain weight, grain size. These are known as yield contributing characters or yield attributing characters. So in different crops, these yield contributing characters are different. So here I will tell you about the yield contributing characters of maize. If we talk about the leaf area, definitely leaf area is responsible for photosynthesis, but indirectly it is responsible for grain formation because plant growth depends upon dry matter production. There is a growth which depends upon leaf area, green leaf area, which is responsible for photosynthesis. So plant height, leaf area, number of green leaves help in growth, and on the base of this growth there is development of some special type of characteristics which directly contribute in grain formation, and these characteristics are known as yield contributing characters or yield attributing characters. So in all the crops, green leaf area is the major growth factor which decide the growth. तो किसी भी क्रॉप में लीफ एरिया तो रिस्पॉन्सिबल है ही उस ग्रोथ के लिए जो फोटोसिंथेसिस करता है, ड्राई मैटर प्रोडक्शन करता है. इस ड्राई मैटर प्रोडक्शन के बाद, ग्रोथ के बाद, उसमें कुछ ऐसे करेक्टरिस्टिक्स होते हैं जैसे टिलर्स हो सकते हैं, स्पाइक लेंथ हो सकती है जैसे राइस और वीट में. ये यील्ड कंट्रीब्यूटिंग करेक्टर्स हैं जो डायरेक्टली कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं ग्रेन साइज में, ग्रेन डेवलपमेंट में. सो इन केस ऑफ मेज, the yield contributing characters which are responsible for grain yield formation are number of cobs in per unit area. How many cobs are present in a 1 square meter area or hectare, and this number of cobs, if more, definitely more yield, and this number of cobs per unit area depends on number of cobs per plant. How many cobs are present in one plant? So this is very important feature. In general, there is one cob per plant, maybe 2 cobs per plant, but this situation is rare. So in general, we see that if there are 100 plants, so in 100 plants there are 120 cobs, 130 cobs. So if there are in 100 plants, there are if 130 cobs, then number of cobs per plant are 1.3. So in general it is 1, but maybe 2, maybe 1.3, 1.4. So okay, so now this is per plant, so it means plant population is very important. So this is the plant population per unit area. So how many plants? Suppose this is one unit area, number of plants, suppose that these are the number of plants. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, suppose, and then number of cobs. Suppose in one cob, here 2 cob, and then 1 cob, here suppose 2 cobs. So in all the plants there are not 2 cobs and not all cobs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number of plants 5, and number of cobs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now number of cobs per plant is equal to 7 upon 5, that is 1.4. So number of cobs per plant 1.4. Okay, then with the help of plant population, we calculate number of cobs per unit area. Suppose plant population is suppose 50,000. Plant population in 1 hectare area. Plant population 1 hectare area, suppose 50,000. And number of cobs per plant 1.4. So now number of cobs per hectare is equal to 50,000 multiplied by 1.4. So then we calculate the how many cobs are in one area. So directly we can count the number of cobs in 1 square meter area, or we can count the number of plants, then number of cobs per plant, then by the average value we can get the number of cobs per hectare. So this is very important parameter, number of cobs per unit area, and it depends on plant population. That's why plant population in case of maize is very important characteristic. So maintenance of plant population is very important in case of maize, because in case of maize, suppose this is 1 plant, 2 plant, 3 plant, 4 plant, 5 plant. Suppose this plant is damaged due to disease, insect or any stress, then in this plant there is no tillering, no branching. So this space remain vacant and there is no compensatory mechanism in plants. So that's why yield decreases drastically. If there is a tillering crop like wheat or rice, then if one plant is damaged, then it can increase their tiller and can cover the space. If it is a branching crop like pulse or mustard, then they produce the branches if they get the space. But in case of maize crop, this is the problem. There is no tillering, no branching. So there is no compensatory mechanism for plant loss. So that's why we have to maintain the plant population per unit area. This is very important characteristics. So plant population, very important, yield contributing characters. Then number of cobs per unit area. These two characters are very important. Then another parameter which is responsible for grain yield is cob length. Cob length. And this cob length, so this is a cob length, okay, and this cob length actually decide the number of grains in row. This is row, one row, so the number of grains. So this is the cob length, then these are the number of grains. If cob length is less, then number of grains will be less. So this cob length decide the number of grains per row. How many grains are present in one row is decided by cob length, and it is directly linked with the number of grains per row. So cob length is directly linked. So it has direct relation. If there is more cob length, definitely there will be more grain in one row. Another characteristic is cob girth. Cob girth means thickness. So suppose this is the cob girth, okay, the cob girth, this is the cob girth, okay. Cob girth it is in this fashion, it is highest, then it decreases. But the cob girth decided the number of grain rows. If there is more girth, then more rows, grain rows accommodated. If girth is less, suppose like that, then less number of grain row. So this cob girth decide the how many grain row are present in cob. So this number of grain row या number of rows हम कह सकते हैं, number of grain row. This is the grain per row, this is the grain row. More girth means more row, less girth, less row. Okay, so this cob girth, if there is more cob length, more number of grains in row, more girth, more number of rows. Okay, so it is directly linked. And number of grains in cob, okay, so suppose this is these are the number of grain, these are the grains on row. So you want to calculate the how many grains are present in one cob, so multiply the both. So number of grains in cob is equal to multiplication of this both. Number of grain per row, how many grains are present in one row, multiplied by number of rows, how many rows are present in one cob. Number of a grain row. If cob length is more, definitely number of grain will be more. Cob girth is more, number of grains will be more. So ultimately, this number of grains in one cob will be more. So these are another important yield contributing characters, cob length and cob girth. So first, maintain the plant population in case of maize. This is the important yield contributing character that decide the number of cobs in unit area. Then cob length and cob girth. And another important parameter in each crop, in cereal crop, in grain crop, is the weight of one grain. What is the weight of one grain? Means grain filling. If the weight of one grain is more, definitely yield will be high. If weight of grain is less, yield will be less. And this weight of one grain is how it is determined. It is very difficult to determine the weight of one grain. That's why we take 100 seeds or 1000 seeds. So in case of maize, we take 100 seed weight, and then we can determine the weight of one seed. Okay, and in small seed like wheat and rice, we take 1000 grain. So 100 grain weight and is very important, and it depends upon how much effective is grain filling. If grain filling is more, this cob is attached with the plant. Okay, if there is a more translocation of photosynthesis, then this grain filling will be more. If there is a less translocation of photosynthesis, suppose cob length is good, cob girth is good, but translocation of photosynthesis from source is less, then grain filling will be less and grain will be shriveled, grain will be small. So grain size will be less and 100 seed weight will be less, means weight of one seed will be less. Okay, so these are the important yield contributing characters. So first, maintain the plant population to maintain the number of crops. Then very good agronomic management, means supply the nutrient, water, reduce the weed competition, so that there is a more cob length and more cob girth, and these two parameters will increase the number of grain per row and number of grain row. Then in one cob, the number of grains will be more. Then under very good plant growth, there will be more translocation of photosynthesis. So weight of one grain will be more. Ultimately, 100 seed weight will be high. Then grain yield will be more. So these are the important yield contributing characters of maize. And numerical may be asked. And if there is a cob length is given, cob girth is given, and we are asked to calculate or determine the yield, then it is not possible. With the help of cob length and cob girth, we cannot calculate the grain yield, but we can make a guess that what would be the yield. अगर हमको कॉब लेंथ और कॉब गर्थ दी है और उसके बेस पे हमसे कहें कि कैलकुलेट द यील्ड, देन वी कैन नॉट कैलकुलेट द यील्ड. हाँ, हम इतना अनुमान लगा सकते हैं कि कॉब लेंथ और कॉब गर्थ दिए तो इसकी यील्ड ज़्यादा होगी या कम होगी. सो वी कैन देयर estimate about the grain yield only by number of grain row, number of grains per row, 1000 or 100 grain weight, and the number of cobs per unit area. And suppose example, a number of cobs are directly given. Number of cobs, suppose 50,000 per hectare. Okay, and number of grains per row, suppose these are 25, suppose it is 25, and number of grain row, don't be confused, these are number of grains per row, एक रो में कितने ग्रेन हैं, एंड दीज आर नंबर ऑफ ग्रेन रो, कि दानों की जो रो हैं, पंक्तियां हैं, वो कितनी हैं. ओके, एंड इन केस ऑफ मेज नंबर ऑफ ग्रेन रोज आर ऑलवेज इन इवन नंबर. always in even number, maybe 12, maybe 14, maybe 16, maybe 18. Okay, so suppose it is 14. Okay, and 100 grain weight, suppose 30 gram. So these data are required to determine the grain yield, and this grain yield cannot be calculated with the help of cob length and cob girth. Cob length is in centimeter, cob girth is in centimeter, and with these parameters we cannot calculate the yield. For the calculation we require actual number of grains. So first calculate number of grains in one cob. Number of grains, हमको पहले पता चले कि एक भुट्टे में कितने दाने हैं. नंबर ऑफ ग्रेन्स इन वन कॉब, एंड इट इज मल्टीप्लीकेशन ऑफ दिस बोथ, नंबर ऑफ ग्रेन रो multiplied by number of grain row. So 25 into 14, that is 350. So there are 350 grains in one cob. Okay, so now number of cobs in 1 hectare area 50,000. So now number of grains in 1 hectare area cob, 1 hectare या 50,000 cob, 50,000 cob. It is very simple calculation. In 1 cob 350, so 350 into 50,000. So these are the number of grains in 1 hectare area. Okay, these are the number, not the weight, and yield is the weight. Okay, so weight of 100 grain is equal to 30 gram. Okay, so now weight of 1 grain, how much? 30 upon 100. Now weight of 350 into 50,000 grains, it is in gram. Okay, so multiply it with 350 into 1000 into, यहाँ इसको कर दे रहे हैं 350 into 50,000. And this is in gram. So this is a simple calculation. No need to remember any formula. हमको simple calculate करना है how many grains in one cob. Then calculate the number of cob or number of grains in total cobs. Then calculate the weight of grains with the help of this 100 grain weight. Okay. So this is in gram. So divide it by 1000 to convert it into kg. One, C cancel, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, then this 0, this 0. Now it is 30 by 35 into 5, and it is 150 into 35. Okay, so it is 0, 15, 75, 5 यहाँ से लगे 7, इसको 15 को हम इससे कर लेते हैं 5 7 15 45 और 7 52 kg. So you can also calculate multiplied by 15 into 35. इसको यहाँ अलग से भी कैलकुलेट करके देख लेते हैं हम, कहीं गलत तो नहीं हो रहा है. 2 5 2 17, 5 3 5 7 5 12 2, यहाँ से लगा 1 5250 kg, and in quintal, and divide it by 100, because in 1 quintal 100 kg, so it is 52.5 quintal in case of quintal. This is the yield. So this is the estimation or determination of maize yield. Okay, so data required: number of grains, 100 grain weight, and number of cobs. If number of cobs are not given, then we have to require two data: how many plants, number 1, then how many crops in one plant, then the multiplication will give the number of crops. So this data may be given directly or indirectly by by giving the plant population and number of crops per plant. तो जब हम number of plants को number of crops per plant से multiply करेंगे तो number of crops आ जाएगा. So these are the yield contributing characters and the estimation of grain yield of maize. I hope you have learnt what are the yield contributing characters of maize and how they contribute in yield formation, grain yield formation. Contribution of cob length is number of grains in one row. Contribution of cob girth is number of rows, grain rows in cob girth will decide, and number of cobs will decide the number of grains in unit area, and 100 grain weight means the weight of grain, which depends upon the translocation of photosynthesis from source to grain. So this was about the yield contributing characters and yield estimation of maize. Thank you very much.